Hey guys, welcome to Michelle's Opinions. Give me 1 second so I can pull up the live chat so I can see who's here and what's going on. 1 second. That. Do, do, do. Oh, we got Rainbow Phoenix, my quantum affected life, and sup, guys? How is everybody doing? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, hi, Christopher Howard, Yellow Sun, Martha Jane. How's everybody? Today we're going to talk about, are you a chosen one? And the 144,000. Yeah. Also want to touch on a few other topics about light workers, some of the traits that go on within light workers, and some ways of spotting them. And even though they're trying to cloak themselves, you can easily, spot them out by just a few simple traits. At least, you know, from my own opinion and from my own experiences. Hello, Maureen. How are you? You made it. Yay. Okay. Also, before we go any further, I have opened a PayPal account. It's found under the show more notes. I opened this PayPal account, and since the cat's out of the bag, I didn't mention anything about it because I was going to take the contributions that were made and gift them over to a good friend of ours, Josie, for her birthday. Now, Dead GPK knew about this, but I know a lot of people, just don't have a lot of money. So it's not, you don't have to, she was very, very happy with the video collage that he made for her. Just seeing the joy of this on her face, it was just wonderful. But if you decide you do want to do that, I don't really know how PayPal works. Still learning. But I think you could put a message there that it's to go to either upgrading Frankenstein, which is the computer she's working off of now, or to her 5D computer, which that's going to take quite a bit of money. So probably be easier to start with upgrading Frankenstein to suit the needs that she needs in order to, reach more people with her beautiful, wonderful light. I'm going to leave it open. It is attached to, as any business is, like YouTube is a business. There's business expenses and oh my gosh, am I finding out the hard way? Not just the time, it actually costs us money. It's like, what? Wait a minute. But I am definitely not doing this for the money. So, I will keep pressing on. But if things get a little bit more generic, it just means that, I've run out of my funding. Everybody pretty much knows I'm on disability. So, and then if I have to scale back, but it won't matter because it's the message that is the most important thing. So I was trying to do that and cut it off by the 22nd so it could be transferred over to her and get to her by her birthday. I don't know how long it takes to process. Like I said, I'm learning. But we'll go ahead and keep that open for her a little while longer and see if, even if we can come up with enough that could help her get the RAM, to double on Frankenstein. It can make it much smoother for her and give her ability to reach a much broader audience, have guests on with her, and keep up with, the chat stream all at the same time. So that's what that is about, which prompted me to take action towards that. And like I said, there is absolutely no pressure at all. You take care of yourself first and foremost, and your family first and foremost. Okay. And that's going to bring me into, you know, what kind of gives away a light worker? Um, they will give you everything they've got. Um, but they are not good receivers. They're very humble. They will, I mean, 110% they will give to you of themselves. But when it comes to receiving, as we know, we all love to give. You give with a cheerful heart. Um, but a light worker may back away from that kind of thing because they're so used to the feeling that they get from giving. And they give so much, so unconditionally. It's absolutely beautiful. But where we need to come into balance is we need to be able to receive and receive under with the understanding that it's not putting anybody out. It's their cheerful heart is wanting to give you a gift, and you give so much of yourself. You almost you just get into that mode of just giving so much that you forget that you're worthy of also receiving. So it's a beautiful thing. So that's one thing that I'm telling you guys will give away a light worker, hands down. It will give them away. They cannot hide their light under that bushel. When you say, I want to offer you whatever it is you're wanting to offer them, and they're like, oh, no, don't worry about it. Bam, they just gave themselves away. So anyways, so if you're interested in doing that, I would be very grateful. And she also has one on her own page, so you can go direct there. But giving you some options. Oh, and Josie's in the house. Hi, Josie. Rainbow Phoenix, Amber's Place. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Okay, now, are you a chosen one? Well, let's think about this, guys. Many people are now seeing that reality is pretty fluid. Some people think this place is a simulation. Some people think like matrixy, multi-dimensional. And we just talked the other day about the parable of being way out on the Sagittarius arm far from the sun, where we had an orange sun, and where now we are on this Orion spur, which is much closer to the sun, where we are now seeing a white sun. Interestingly, a friend is very fascinated with the golden aura. Now, what I'm thinking on that golden aura is that there's a great possibility that her aura actually radiates out white, as the sun is white. As she claimed, I think she said she was 16 when somebody said she had a golden aura. Well, when she was 16, guys, we had a yellow golden sun. So her color would, as we're seeing rainbow colors now within each and every one of us, there's a good possibility that there is actually white or a silvery, shimmery glow off of her that is so extended out that also flows all the different colors of the rainbow, which is like our chakra system. It depends on your emotions, what you're feeling, what's going on within you. So that's just a theory that I have, and I want to throw it at you guys to see what you guys think, because I am seeing these radiant white glows around people, and when they get nervous, excuse me, when they get nervous, it'll like shrink close to their body, but then when they get comfortable, it'll start radiating out bigger and bigger around them. And then it's like, depending on what they're talking about, they're talking from their heart. I can see beautiful greens. And then, if they're clearly speaking, I can see those beautiful blues. And if it's something that's in their heart and they've got their throat open and it's in their mind and they're all in alignment, then I see the purples and the pinks. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, yellow is in the chakra system. That's down by in your solar plexus. So if you're radiating out a glow of that, it could be that, that's your solar plexus, which would be pretty much centralized. You're in balance, or coming into balance. And, in all honesty, we should be able to go just like when you're playing a flute, completely up and down that chakra system, radiating all those beautiful colors of the rainbow. And excuse me, I do think soon we're going to be able to see in color as Joanna can see in color. She's done that her entire life. Not black and white, but she saw people as walking colors. So it's beautiful. Hey, Glowing's me, Lee, Martha Jane. Welcome, welcome, everybody. So, are you a chosen one? Excuse me, let me get a drink. Okay. If you are seeing changes going on around you, if you are a giver, and you will give 110% of yourself, if your light shines abundantly, if you're going through this refinement period, if you're seeing glitches in the matrix, if you're questioning things that are going on around you, yeah, you're going through the process, you're a chosen one. And I've noticed lately, we're gathering over the past few years. I wouldn't say lately. It actually is lately. But over the past few years, it seems like these formats are starting to build up of where we're all coming in together and speaking with each other. But we're located all around the world. It's so beautiful where you thought you were all alone in this and felt isolated, that there's so many other people going through what you're going through. It's a breath of fresh air. Now, sup? That's cool. That he's got his little solar plexus going. Dogs, animals are just pure love. They just will give you their all. They absorb anything that's going on with us. Michelle Wolf talked about it. They're battery packs, and there's something to be said. Like people that are not doing too well, not feeling very well, they will get these animals, and they're called therapy dogs. Okay, but the dogs will actually shorten their lifespan in order to give you comfort and relief and extend yours. So there's something to be said about these animals that are around us and how much they benefit us. Hey, Transmissions Forever. Okay. And see, okay, Transmissions Forever says that this is that divine feminine energy that enables you to see auras, as you say, Michelle. And the divine feminine and divine masculine is in each and every single one of us, just like the right side of our brain, left side of our brain. So it's a matter of, we've built up the logic side so far that, and minimalized the creative side, the feminine side, the right side. And it's like everything's coming back up into balance. Doesn't matter what avatar we're in, whether our avatar is male or female. It's not a male female thing. It's an equality thing. It's an absolutely beautiful and wonderful understanding to come into, to come into knowing who and what you are. And now that we know who and what we are, what are we going to do with that information? I mean, we're limitless. We got some other new people in here. Stephen Mittler, welcome. I don't consider myself a chosen one or any other light label like indigo or whatnot. I probably am, but been since the 60s. Nice. Now you see where we're going with this. I think we have a precog in our midst. Okay, and we got Scott Light Warrior Craig. Blessing loves. Blessings to you. Okay, the 144,000. As I was talking about, and you guys heard before, but being on the Sagittarius with the yellow golden sun and then the Orion with the white sun, it's parables. They're all parables. And once you can see through and read the parables, you understand that it's not a chosen group. It's not, it's an everyone thing. But at the same token, they have a choice. They have the choice to make on whether or not they choose that they want to wake up and know what's going on around them, or maybe they're enjoying what they've got going on in the game of life. So one thing that we realize is the beauty, the limitless potential, and the sovereignty of everybody. So that was a really good precog statement there, Stephen. Love it. Resonating with you completely. Yeah. Hi, Josie. Okay. Yeah, Josie's in the house. Transmissions forever. Okay. Yeah, I think I've said hi to everybody. All right. So when people, things to look out for, guys. When people are seeking to validate themselves, they've got some insecurities in them that they're still working on. We need to show patience with them. This channel here is about getting to know everybody and creating leaders, not followers. Definitely enjoy subscribers, don't get me wrong. But my objective here is to share what I know and what I've learned. Okay, it took me 17 years. Well, it took me 17 years to start speaking out about it. But, I was had to get out of a bunch of boxes that either the world put me in or I put myself in to get this understanding, this foundational root understanding of who and what everybody is. And with the tree of life, how we buffer one another. Why, even when we're told on our birthday that when we blow out the candles and we make the wish to not tell anybody, somebody could buffer your wish. Yeah. So we've been doing an exercise here about, when you lay down to go to sleep, to create a paradise earth. Not giving you any instructions on what a paradise earth would look like to you. I want you to create a paradise earth of your own. You are a divine being. You have the breath of life within you. You have your sovereignty. And what I see happening is that we're waking up and we're understanding who and what we are, what we're capable of doing, and how important it is for each and every one of us to share this with each other, to help lift other people up into this understanding. Because I'll tell you guys, we are quantumly entangled. And the more that know, the faster things will just manifest as for like the world type things that we want to see. Stephen Mittler, exactly. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Stephen. It's hard to get over the oppression. Yes. Speaking down for speaking out. Yes. Well, okay, we've lived with what I would call a boot on our neck all of this time, and we're realizing that we're coming out from underneath that. and we're being able to express ourselves. We're being able to show love and gratitude towards one another. And it's an absolutely beautiful understanding. Now, many of you know that I was brought up Christian. So when I was seeking and knocking, I was seeking and knocking for Christ. And got that baptism of the Holy Spirit, which I thought was the end of the journey, but oh no, no. That was the absolute beginning of that refinement period. And to come to that understanding. And it totally makes sense why he, was against the religious system. It totally makes sense, why he was talking to people that the Israelites would not talk to, because he's seen through that. He was able to see through that. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Captain Lee. Day 2 and counting. Yes, tonight she's actually having dinner prepared for her. He's getting fresh veggies for her out of the garden, and she's going to have a wonderful, relaxing night. I actually talked to her a little bit ago and I got lucky because I got to actually watch her painting that beautiful design that she's working on the walls that she just painted. Yes. Hello, Bob. How are you? So, does anybody have any questions on Are You a Chosen One? I know there's people thinking that I'm not feeling ascension symptoms. Well, maybe you're not feeling the ascension symptoms because you're already there. You don't have to be symptomatic to remind you. And also, some of the trials that are put into our life, dealing with other people, and things like that, shows our patience, mercy, grace, long suffering, enduring with one another. And it can be very, very difficult looking after an ill loved one. It can be very difficult to watch them suffer when your heart just wants to just engulf them and just give them so much relief. But that also shows you what kind of a person you are. And also realize that when they finally leave, I look at it as a graduation ceremony. They've moved past, they're going on. Do I think that we're going to have that millennial reign? Yeah, I do. Do I think that we're going to create heaven on earth? Yes. Do I think we're going to go back to Eden? Yeah, I do. But there's truth in all different cultures. They just say it in different ways. And Stephen brought up a good point. I don't see in the labels anymore. The labels they don't affect. They have no effect on me. What I listen to is what you're saying, what you're going through. Find, and you guys know, I love synchronicities. Find the synchronicities that are going on within each and every one of us and just, shoot through the moon with it. It's wonderful. Ooh, that's a good one, Captain. Captain Lee said a man complained he had no shoes until he met a man who had no feet. Love potion number 9, 9 fruits of the Spirit. Yes, they will exhibit the fruits of the Spirit, and that's in Scripture. And they will also exhibit the gifts of the Spirit. And where the confusion comes in is it says to one is given one and to another is given another. And when you have multiple, when you're operating in multiple, at the same time, you're like, wait. That's where we need to use discernment and rightly divide. Where you are being helped, the help is there. My help was through what I call the Holy Spirit. But that doesn't mean that from what I've got, I'm telling you guys, it's so freeing and liberating. I can see where in the Bible it says, those who Christ has set free are free indeed. They absolutely are, because you get this profound understanding that this is not a chosen select group. This is an everyone thing, and how you can pick up on people who have been enlightened or, going through the refinement process. I just listed off, several different things that will be exhibited in them. They are more giving than receiving. Um, they don't take compliments that well. But that's our learning process. We have to learn to be able to receive and realize that we're receiving from a cheerful giver. And to take compliments, because compliments help lift us up, help you to keep pressing on. Also, people don't always just give out compliments. A lot of people just can't take compliments, they just don't handle them well. But again, that shows us we have room for growth. We're constantly growing, we're constantly moving forward. But I think we're finally at those tipping scales, guys, where we are now, which the Mandela effect should show us this, that we're, starting to create a world that we want rather than a world that was projected to us and programmed into us. We're breaking the programming and becoming the programmer. See what's going on in the chat. Hey, Brandon, how are you? I've been watching your stuff. You got some pretty amazing things going on there. Yes, Bob Bant he is very friendly. He is. Like the movie star. It's easy. Be your kids. That you're inside. Robin Williams. Yes. And I have to say, when you first pop out, you look around at everything with childlike eyes, and I still do, with constant amazement and surprise. There's something new every single day. We are getting there, guys. We are making progress. Oh my gosh, I'm just, the amount of love that we are able to push out for other people to feel. It's tremendous. It's amazing. It's tangible. Where it's a different kind of love. It's an unconditional love. It's I know it's really super hot outside. Nobody wants to talk about a warm blanket, but that's kind of what it feels like. Think of it that it's freezing outside and somebody just covered you with this warm blanket, but the warm blanket is just pure unconditional love. You've just been wrapped in it. And that's what this love feels like. That's the best way that I can describe it. How can you describe the indescribable? I mean, how can you put logic to the illogical? And we're trying really hard to make sense of something that is completely magical, magnificent, amazing, wondering, beautiful. And because we want to know why just like little kids. Why did this happen? Why did this change? Why? That's just us. That's what we want. We want the answers, but the answers that we're looking for are within us. It's wonderful. I look at both sides, and then I don't cross off. Bob. Oh, you've been trying to work on your communication skills. Wonderful. That blue throat chakra. Let's see. Let me read what transmission said. Okay. Transmissions forever. Being a chosen one is not of speciality making one better than someone else. It is a person with a special task or mission to do on the planet. This is the confusion as the ego gets in the way. Yes. And I have to agree with you, transmissions, because we are here to do a mission. And It was my ego that was getting in the way on worrying about the way that I look, the way that I sound, and being so hypercritical. And and then it just dawned on me. I'm like, that is my ego. I need to just let that go and let the information flow, because the right people will stumble across this at the right time. And yeah, we are understanding what we are doing here. We are understanding why, what our life purpose is. And it's not physical labor. It's not what we think. It's it's so much on an energetic level. It's so much on peaceful, graceful, um, shining light. You know, dark. There is no darkness when you are shining light. There is there, darkness can't exist in that. So, you know, when we're these gifts are opening up to us, where we can feel intentions behind people, we can feel, you know, it's hard to describe. Uh, I have to say, one of my favorite things to do is to astro jump in dream state. I absolutely love it. But again, guys, it's not like I can flick a switch and just do it. I'm not to that point yet. And I've heard that there are people that can. There's always room to grow. But at the same time, you know, there's other things going on also. So, you know, we will work on what our heart is passionate about, and gratitude, um, selflessness, seeing the beauty and the unlimited potential in every single person, understanding that each person here is a sovereign being having an expression. They are an expression of the infinite source, and they have the right to be, and to not impose our will over theirs, but to send out unconditional love and acceptance, unconditional forgiveness, understanding, and compassion. Now, that doesn't mean we go and put ourselves in harm's way. Don't go playing on the freeway, or, you know, don't sit there and try to stay in a situation where it's unhealthy. The things that don't serve us, they do get taken away. Sometimes we cleave to those. And, you know, that's where the dark night of the soul comes in. And as these things are being removed that no longer serve us, so the truth can come rushing in, then bam, you pop out. You know, it almost seems like it gets really, really dark, and then bam, you just popped out the other side. You're completely ignited. You're going with the flow of things. You understand, you know, more about yourself. And a big part of what we're here to do is to figure out who and what we are. How can we know what our mission is to do here if we do not take the time to get to know ourselves? And I'm not meaning in an ego way. There is no hierarchy in the understanding that I've been receiving for several years now. There is no hierarchy. Every single person has that very breath of life in them. They have that sovereignty. They have that right to be. They have that right to express themselves. They have the right, as long, you know, as long as we're not out trying to just hurt each other. Now, that's where we have to use discernment on whether or not, you know, shields up, you know, and we need to protect ourselves or withdraw from the situation. But it's all, you know, it's a learning process. But as for who's going to heaven, or if people are going to hell, I'm going to tell you guys that's a construct that was put in place for lawgivers to keep us in line. That's how I see it. Heaven will be what it is that you imagine it to be. If you don't think you're worthy of heaven, then you may have a near-death experience that could be hellish. So, you know, if you think you're not a good father, you may have a near-death experience where you see hellish things. Okay? It's temporary, my friend. There is no hell. That's just something that you formulated in your mind. we are infinite. Uh, we have no beginning of time or end of days or end of time. Um, it's an absolute beautiful understanding. Oh, I am way behind on the chat because I stopped. I went back to read transmissions. I'm glad you're back, transmission. I missed you. I think the 100. I'm going to read another one of Trent. And let's see. Oh, Cleaver McCoy. Welcome. Okay, transmissions forever. I think the 144,000 as ships. Ships. Where we come aboard and find our package or passage to blessings from eternity. Just a vessel that it's not that is not in the reality we live in. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling all over reading today. It's terrible. I hope I didn't butcher that too much, but I get the gist of it. Yes, it's a construct. Yes, that's a good way of thinking of it. And you know what? There is no wrong way. If you are being kind and you are giving, unconditional love with unconditional forgiveness, if you have wrapped your feet with the, walking in peace and wanting to live in harmony with things around you, people around you, then there's no wrong way. Now, if you're walking around disruptive, maybe you've still got some little ego things in a refinement period, guys. I mean, out with the old, in with the new. So it's just interesting. It's just absolutely interesting. Oh yeah, my quantum affected life. Yeah, I said hi to her at the beginning. Oh, was she gone? Hi, Lee. Okay, 3D is hell. Heaven is transformation out of it, and we find ourselves. Now, that is an interesting way of explaining it in the most simplest but profound understanding. Thank you, Lee. I'm not understanding what you mean, Miss Mercury Michelle. What does that mean? Rainbow, explain yourself. Wow, are you? Are you going back and forth? Transmissions forever? That's kind of a trippy feeling. I feel like like you're almost like drunkard and it's kind of swaying back and forth and yeah. Okay, glowing. Oh, that's Titania. Okay, I was going to read it out loud. Oh, Mercury and Pisces. Gotcha. And that's we are all aware that we're supposed to, and that's in the Bible too. We're supposed to follow the water bearer, coming out of the age of Pisces, going into the age of Aquarius. Come on, guys. The signs are around us everywhere that we have dawned into this new age, and we are all going along for this ride. We're being refined, like I said, and people, something that Simba said the other day on open format has really troubled my heart. Is that the suicide rate has gone up? Now, I haven't looked into that. That's but if there's anything that we can do, it would be to shine our light and the unconditional love over people going through the refinement period that sometimes can be pretty painful, that they find themselves and they come through this process. Because when you pop out the other side, it's joy, bliss. You feel like you're lifting off the ground. I mean, it's just beyond words. The experience that comes right after that. So if they could just, hold on just that much longer, they will pop out and get that understanding and understand their mission here. And it's not by, like I said, it's not that 9 to 5 that we punch a time clock, that's not, you could chop my body up into a gazillion pieces and you're never going to find me because I am not this avatar. This is not me. I am something different, as we all are. We choose to come into these avatars so we can have these experiences. when that sixth sense, that pineal gland, or some people call it Kundalini awakening, third eye pops open, um, you realize that the entire time you've been here, you've been a sixth sense being. So then you learn to apply it because it enhances your five senses and then some. And then it's about applying the sixth sense into your, you know, experiences you have here. It enhances everything. It's just, it's profound. It's wonderful. Much love here. Thanks. All we love you. I love you. Transmission. I love everybody in here. Flattery will get you nowhere, Mom. Wink. Is he being flattering, or is he talking about chocolate? Oh well, of course Bob knows things. You knew that. I know, glowing, hasn't it? I mean, she said and really, it's been incredibly peaceful and loving for the past month. Yeah, we can feel that, and that may be, you know, I've been noticing I was sleeping a lot. Well, last night I slept really good, and I'm awake and I'm doing good. Still, I don't know if you guys can see that bruise. I gotta look on the other screen. Right now, I'm looking at the one with the chat. Let's see. Yeah, this is all a big lump right there from that stupid shot. That was not a happy time. I'm still working on that, but it's getting better. But I have been resting, but that could also symbolize that the peace is coming over. You know, we've been working so hard, and I've heard from many other people that they've been sleeping, and that we're getting rest. That we're recovering. We're in that peace mode. Maybe you were already there. I often think about, how is this going to come about? Do we really think we're going to get raptured off of here and taken to another planet? Or, but from the feeling that I get, by seeing the Mandela effect and how things just will change overnight, that it's just going to be like, we'll just walk through it. Like maybe a doorway will open up that we just really can't see, but we'll just walk through and be there already. We could possibly be walking in and out of those doorways already. Oh, I'm going to do a video about where I was at in 2012, Stephen. I was in a bad car accident and I had to have some surgeries back. It was bad in my neck. They put titanium plate and I had to get, I have allergies to metals, not just the rusty nail issue, but it was a tetanus shot. And I hadn't had one in so long. I don't get vaccinations because I know, from this process, as we're speaking to our body, we're healing ourselves. But, doc said it's been a while, probably needed one. So I went ahead and allowed it to transpire. And lo and behold, my body's reacting to it saying, no, you know better than this. But it's because I have metal in my neck from the surgery that I had to have from the car accident that I was in 2006. So yeah, that's what the shot's for. And I've talked to my husband, and what we're going to do is we're going to take some videos he'll take some short videos, and then I'll put them together on OBS and then talk to you guys about it, show you the situation that I was in. And I'm going to actually take the picture that I have of where you guys are going to see, I've also dropped a lot of weight just by changing the perception and the perspective that I have on food. Hey, Salted Cedar, how are you? Feel problem. I'm an open book. I am not gonna. I'm not. I don't want to hide anything. Um, and I want to be authentic, and I want to be honest, and I want to share whatever I know, and I want others to share what they know because I can listen and grow. I mean, we all carry a piece of this puzzle, and we're all so important to each other, and we all love so deeply. There's commonalities in us that are drawing us together, and we're able to bring this together to and bring it into fruition. It's a beautiful thing. Oh wow. Okay. A little, but for now, okay. Transmission says he can't do live streams as he jumps timelines too much, and the live stream reflected today. Had to delete it and do without YouTube. Wow, really? I know that we affect our electronics. I do know that. But we're learning when our that boot comes off our neck and we're starting to learn to manage these abilities that we've had the whole time, but they've been almost like oppressed down deep within us, and they're like popping back to life or back into our life. We do affect our electronics. You know, we mess with our computers, we could drain our batteries, blow breakers, make the screens and things come out funny. We could come out robotic. Our voice, we affect our electronics, is basically what I'm saying. So we do have to be careful of that, and not just electronics, but we can affect the lights or anything. We can affect anything, not just electronics, anything. So with that powerful, energetic release, and when we get so excited when we come out of that refinement period, that dark night of the soul, and you've got that bliss going on. We get so excited that we could blow out more than you know. So yeah, you've got to be careful with that, and it's a learning process to learn how to pull that back in so you can have even a simple conversation with somebody. I get it. I totally get it. Gremlins got you again. What? What gremlins? Okay. You received the alert as my friend told me. This happens when I check, and a 30-minute live stream was 5 minutes ago. No good. Yeah, okay. Now, with that, I've been having problems with those too. I'll click the reminder. So, but it takes they're a good 15 minutes into the show before it even sends me a reminder that they're live and go in. And then I missed the whole introduction about what the whole thing was about. And I was going to go back and watch Unbiased on the Fence, but he did a power stream. It was over 3 hours. And I don't have that kind of time. I know you're even if you're not here but here, you're always here. We are one. We are all one. Just say no to drugs. Yes, I know. I should have not let them give me that injection. I definitely paid for it, but it is getting better. And what I did was, I love to swim. A lot of you guys already know that, and it was either spend twice as much money and have this horrible back surgery, or half the amount of money and put in a swimming pool. We spent the half the amount of money put in the swimming pool, and everything is healing. And I love my water. And since I love my water loves me back. And when I swim, I heal. And the same is going on with my husband. When he swims in that water, it's like, there's something to all this stuff where they say they bless holy water and, all these things. Well, there's a reason, because actually it's possible. These are things we've been able to do. We just didn't know. We thought we had to be of the clergy or we had to study it in a school or you guys. We have these abilities within us. It's in our mind. It's removing those filters and realizing that you have the capability to do all things within you. You don't need that middleman. uh, Reconnect yourself, you know, get back connected with source. The universe is talking to each and every single one of us. And do you not think that God or source is not capable or big enough to talk to each of us individually in a language that we could each understand? No way. Uh-uh. So if you think you're not being spoken to, you are. It's just in a way that's probably not uh, lining up with the way that other people are getting. I watched it on Body's Defense. The guy, he uses that Pandora. He calls it Sam, and he gets his answers through the music. That's the universe talking to him in a language that he can understand. So I love synchronicities in numbers. So I'm doing that master numbers series. But there's also synchronicities in like something will come across. I'll be swimming and meditating, and then information will come in. All right, and then I may make a video or something, and then I will go into the group chat, and then they're talking about it, and it's like, what? Those kind of synchronicities are wonderful and awesome too. Okay, glowing to me. Remember that our air is just another water layer. It can be treated just like water. Love it, play in it, remove anything you don't want to see in it. And she is 100% right. Let me scroll back up. I missed something. Okay, Stephen Mittler. So cool. Both of you got helped. Awesome. Yes. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, it's amazing. And also, with the swimming pool, yesterday I got to spend time with my granddaughter, and she's just barely over a year old, and I took her for her first swim. So there's a lot more people going to benefit from those beautiful waters that we love so much than just me going in and paying a surgeon and having this horrible thing go on. It's going to bless many lives. It's going to keep on giving. And that to me is more beneficial than going in and spending twice the amount of money on all these medical bills. Oh my gosh, my medical bills last year were horrible. Last October, we were looking at surgery. I was going to have to go in for surgery. And I tell you, the money comes from odd places. I got gifted. Well, I say gifted. It was money that was supposed to have been paid to me a long time ago. I wasn't seeking after it, wasn't going after it, wasn't even worried about it. Got a phone call 5 days later, money dropped into my account, pool was being built. So, these things happen. Do not limit your wishes. Don't tell anybody. You can tell them after your wish comes true. Can't take that away from you. But when you're working on a manifestation, don't tell anybody. Work on it within yourself, watch it transpire, and then share it with people. Yes, glowings. It seems easy to manifest the things that will benefit lots of people, and it's heartfelt and heartful. Yes. What I didn't expect was for the ricochet effect, that by looking after the needs of others, that I was gonna end up getting blessed in return. I didn't expect that. I am grateful, and that's where I had to learn gratitude and acceptance, and because I about just declined it. But then something in my head said no, no, because then now it's benefiting so many people. My gosh, it especially my husband, because now he's not out having to take out loans to pay the ungodly medical bills, that we were going to be facing at that time for that surgery. Your Reagan. Hi, Ray Ray. Somebody new. Well, guys, I'm about to finish up. I'm very happy that so many people are here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope I enlightened you on getting to know yourself a little better and remember about the PayPal thing. I don't think she was in here when I said that in the beginning, but she has one on her page too. We can upgrade Frankenstein. Just make sure you put in the message that is what it is intended for, and then I will pass it on over there, or go to her page and then go straight onto hers and make that contribution there, because you know some people just are in service to others to the point that they don't realize that, that there's other people that it brings joy to their heart to gift things to them. Well, thank you, Stephen Mittler, for coming. Thank you to everybody who is subscribing. My cup runneth over. Amazing. It's an amazing time to be alive. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If each of you would invite just three, maybe three friends, actually, the right people will be drawn here. I needed some time to get some courage to public speak and things like that. And like I said, I realized those were ego things, and I'm letting go of that because it doesn't matter. It's more about the message. It's more about, us taking these are our abilities and bringing them into fruition. Please do, when you're meditating, imagine a world that you would think is paradise. I'm not going to tell you what kind of world. Your paradise could be different than mine. But at the quantum level where we're all entangled, we will be so surprised and amazed by it, as we all have contributed to it, that we will make such a wonderful, glorious place beyond anybody's imagination, because everybody's imagination will be involved in this creation. I love you all so very much. Thank you for coming. Peace. I'll talk to you soon.